spawning in the top part of the map from Team NV. It is MOOnGLaDe.
Yep, and down the bottom we have the orange Protoss representing Team Silicon Sports. His name is Pezz.
Alright, so when we get to that 9 supply, we'll see where he sends that first probe. If he sends it down to that natural, we may see that cannon rush from him.
Looks like he's going for Gateway. Expand, yeah.
Alright, so he doesn't move out with that probe, makes that pylon there, so definitely getting that Gateway expand out like you were saying. MOOnGLaDe, on the other hand, he's just playing pretty steady. I mean, it's too early to call what he's doing. He's just getting his regular overload, so no early pull coming out from MOOnGLaDe so far.
Yeah, I get the feeling Pezz might be going for a Nexus first here. He seems to really like taking risks against Zergs, especially in the early builds, so I'm kind of expecting Nexus first. No, he's not doing it.
No. Okay, so MOOnGLaDe was being a little bit cheeky in the in-game chat. Sorry, the pre-game chat. He was talking about let's have some great Swarm host games for the viewers, guys. So just maybe go grab a newspaper, a cup of tea, and then enjoy some Swarm host games.
I think that may have been a mind game. I don't reckon Glade goes Swarm host in CVP.
I'm just getting him prepared just in case. Yep.
Yeah. And Glade is going to go hatch first. We're interested to see if he goes 3 hatch.
Alright. Okay, so yeah, he does get that hatch first. It goes down. If he does get those 3 hatches, I'm not sure if he will or not. Because, I mean, the probe has come in now. And you can see what's... Sorry,
yeah, he's going to go for 3 hatch. There's no reason... Okay. If you're going to go for hatch first against Protoss, you may as well go for 3 hatch. Because you're taking the same risks.
Yeah.
They're both weak against the same thing. But 3 hatch is stronger against like normal macro play and stuff.
Is he going to try and scam MOOnGLaDe here?
Yeah, but
oh no, the overlord's down to the natural there, and he doesn't see anything. So I don't think MOOnGLaDe would be worried anyway.
Nah, it's quite funny when you see Protosses do that. It sort of makes you smile. You're like, I know you don't have a forge. You're full of it, buddy.
All right,
and
so
Pezz
yeah,
is going to hang around now until he sees whether there's a gas taken or not. And if he sees a gas, then he's going to probably do a 4-gate pressure. If he doesn't see a gas, then he's going to go into a normal game, I believe. Maybe take an early 3rd.
Yeah, still no gas out of MOOnGLaDe, but the probe does leave the main. And the natural just about to finish the 3rd base, about halfway along. Still no gas out of MOOnGLaDe. He has let that probe leave the base, so he's just going to go gas this, just drone up a ton. And probably throw down the gases at that 5:36 minute mark.
I'm actually a firm believer that Zerg is ridiculously favoured in ZVP, only because of the build MOOnGLaDe is doing right now. It's just so stupidly strong against Gateway Expand. I mean, it's risky going into it, but you get the biggest lead like possible. You can almost just screw around and make random amounts of Roach Hydra and attack and kill the Protoss because you just have so many more units than they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like Glade's position in this game, and he doesn't really have much to worry about either, as Polar Knight's pretty easy to scout the Protoss.
Yep, and not really seeing too much tech out from Pezz yet. His Cybernetic core has completed. He just started his warp gate though. His mothership core has finished. Down at the natural though, he has got a probe there to start building up his wall of gateways there, but no, he just sends it back into the mineral line there. So I'm not sure what he's thinking at the moment, but he's going to try and move on to this 3rd base and put a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah, he's just going to have a look, see if he can force some lings out, maybe kill a queen. Anything really is a victory, and if he does get caught off, he can always just recall. And he's going to get 1 creep tumor here.
Nice little
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even that's just a victory already. Like, really nice.
If there was there is a stock here. I was going to say, because this is a bit of a problem for MOOnGLaDe, because he hasn't got any lings really around the map to defend, and it looks like he's going to lose himself a queen here, which is going to be pretty unfortunate for him.
Yeah, his queen is gone, but Glade's already started his 2nd queen. And the Stalker's just doing ring around a Rosie with the Zealot, hitting it. Doesn't get any probes, but he's forcing out a lot of units from MOOnGLaDe right now, so this is a really nice victory from Pezz, and he's just going to go walk home now.
Yeah, I thought he could put on a little bit more pressure, but I guess he wants to leave just in case there is a little movement of lings coming down there.
And he's actually taking that super early 3rd that he tried to do against NXZ, but this time there's no speed finished, so MOOnGLaDe cannot punish this, so this is really nice.
Yeah, Pezz playing seriously well today. Even though he's down in the losers bracket, he's been playing so well.
Yeah, it's good to see someone that's not Zerg do well in in Australia. We don't have many these days, so it's rare.
And I mean, unfortunate probe stepping out really early in this tournament as well was a bit of a disappointment for the other Protoss fans down here as well.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit tilted. It happens. StarCraft is such a up and down kind of game. How you feel on a day matters so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like both players' positions right now. So I think we're going to go into probably a longish macro game, both just droning up and probing up their third.
Yeah, MOOnGLaDe is getting fairly close to his optimal drone count for his 3 bases. I mean, he's 54-ish right now, and he's making more drones. He got a little bit of supply cap though, but he will probably finish them off pretty soon. And he's yeah, just taking up all his gases now. He's got the 2 gases going in at the third. He's even throwing down the macro hatchery and the lair just finishing up now.
Yeah, I think he'll be looking to take a 4th really soon as well. And Pezz just added on 3 Stargates. Whoa. Holy crap!
Respect the void rays.
That is unusual. I've never seen someone do really early third into 3 Stargates. Usually the proper transition is mass gateway units because you just have so much money. That's really, really strange.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be first, but I mean, whatever comes out of there, it's going to be pretty troublesome for MOOnGLaDe at the moment, seeing as his anti-air is pretty lackluster at the moment. He's only got himself some queens. And
MOOnGLaDe's actually going to see it.
Yeah, he will, and he's got a Spire on the way as well, so it might just help him out a little bit there. He does see those 3 Stargates, he pulls away. He'll probably hang around just to see what does get made. It looks like 3 Phoenixes at a time, okay?
I really like this style. I'm so happy to get to see it. Mass Phoenix is one of the strongest Protoss styles at the moment. I firmly believe that Protoss should be experimenting with this stuff more. It's just so strong, and he cancels the Phoenix, never mind.
I kind of like the reaction though from MOOnGLaDe when he saw this Phoenix, is he went double Hydrogen to get those upgrades out.
Yeah, that's. I think that's something that you can almost do against any triple Stargate opening, just because Void Rays or Phoenix Hydras are really good against. Well, Hydras aren't even that good against Phoenix, which is why I like the style that much. You need a lot of Hydras to kill a lot of Phoenix.
Yeah.
You actually really have to go up to Infestors, and I think we'll see Glade throw down an Infestation pit pretty soon.
Yeah, and you're going to see that 4th base come down here from MOOnGLaDe. He's going to start just piling out as much as he can. You said Roach Hydra was the deal, and especially with Infestors. I mean, come on, like if Pezz like miss-rallies his Void Rays at any time, Fungals, man. Yeah,
exactly, and you can see that Glade has so many units already. It's looking like he's going to go for a pressure on this third. Maybe he thinks that Pezz was going for Phoenix. But the Void Ray should be able to stop any pressure at this third. It's not really sure.
There's a lot of units here though from MOOnGLaDe. I mean, the Grand Army is pretty minimal here for Pezz. And there's a lot of roaches. He's going to push in and just completely kill off this Grand Army.
Yeah, I think Pezz is really out of position though.
Yeah, the Lings are on top of that 3rd base right now. The shields are starting to go down. Now the roach is getting into the back line of that mineral. In those minerals, he's just focusing it down. It looks like he should get this base, and he does. But he just lost 3/4 of his army, and he's going to try and keep pushing forward. He's just going to walk into some more Void Rays there, which is a little bit of a pain for him, of course. But back home, he's on a macro hatch 3 base economy with a 4th base on the way. It should be worth it in the end for MOOnGLaDe if he can keep him back. I mean, he killed basically his entire Grand Army as well with Pezz. So.
Yeah, really nice attack from MOOnGLaDe there. Pezz was just out of position, sitting his natural, and I'm not really sure why he was sitting there. You don't really need to protect the natural when you've got the Zealot and 2 cannons there. So maybe a bit of a misstep, and Glade being MOOnGLaDe just completely capitalized on that and killed the third, and now he's at a pretty big advantage. We're actually seeing a Storm transition for Pezz, and this is really, really brilliant because Hydralisks are obviously really, really good against Void Rays, but against Storm they are terrible, like the worst unit.
Yeah,
one Storm just melts them.
Yep, and there's so many Hydras in this composition from MOOnGLaDe now. It's actually very low on the roaches count. There's only 2 roaches with this army right now.
Yeah, and if he can hit before that Storm finishes, which is in 40 seconds, so it's looking like he will, then he's gonna probably just smash over Pezz's army here.
Yeah, he gets
evacuates his.
Oh, he gets in position. There's no splash damage yet. The Storm hasn't completed. He's going in with so many Hydralisks right now. But the Zealots on the ground doing some work as well. The Hydras...
There's a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah, there is a lot of Void Rays, of course. And now the Lings trying to do what they can on the ground, but the Hydras being absolutely annihilated, and they all get cleaned up. and MOOnGLaDe is going to be forced to leave. He does have Ling's attacking probe, so he takes his workers kill count up to 24 though, which could be beneficial for him, especially with nothing mining down at that third base. 2-base Protoss trying to go mass Void Ray is definitely a bit painful for Pezz, of course, and a lot of Lings moving across the map right now again for MOOnGLaDe.
I guess MOOnGLaDe just learned the lesson: you need to respect the Void Rays.
Yeah.
This is actually quite a bad spot for Glade now. Even though he did a lot of economic damage, tech-wise, he's really in trouble, because you can't keep making Hydras when you've already just lost most of your Hydras and didn't kill that many Void Rays, and Storm's finished.
Yep.
So he's going for that Infestation Pit, and I think the big question in Glade's mind right now is, will I go for the Swarm Hosts, or will I go for Fungal?
Yeah. And yeah, we'll see what upgrade comes from that Infestation Pit in a matter of seconds. There's a +2 missile is now coming out here for MOOnGLaDe. 10 more Hydras on the way. He does actually try to run into the third base, but there's so much stuff down here for Pezz right now. There's just absolutely not going to get anything done here for MOOnGLaDe.
Yeah, yeah, he's going for the Swarm Host, so I think this is the right decision here. And it's going to be pretty hard for Pezz to do much about the Swarm Host because he doesn't have any Colossus out right now, and as I say that, he throws down a Robotic Space, so...
Yeah, and actually denies the scout as well. He had his Hydras in position at the third, take out those scouting Phoenix as well. And yeah, the Infestation Pit is hiding nicely at that fourth base, and that's pretty hard to access for our Protoss player right now. Yeah,
and MOOnGLaDe's just starting to throw down a lot of static defense, and this is going to probably turn into a really long game. This is why when people complain about Swarm Hosts being boring, they're actually completely necessary in the matchup. You have to have Swarm Hosts, because otherwise, when there's a situation where there's a critical mass of Void Rays like this, it's almost impossible for the Zerg to win.
Yeah, and Warp Prism sneaking into the main here, getting a little bit of a warp in. Is Pezz? No, I'm sure Pezz has more gates than that. Okay, yeah, he does warp in some more Zealots, but they are going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. They're not really getting too much damage done. He actually doesn't kill a single drone there.
Yeah, and Pezz is going to be really sad when he goes to attack and sees all those Spore Crawlers and Swarm Hosts coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot of Storms in that composition here of Pezz right now as well. And yeah, it looks like it's going to poke in once again with that Warp Prism. 5 Zealots this time, but the Hydras are still into position to defend this. He's going to catch himself the Warp Prism and now the Zealots. He only loses 1 drone that time, so 2 Warp Prism harasses 1 drone. That's definitely the favour of MOOnGLaDe.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why I was warping, and then it kind of seemed meaningless because he wasn't really pushing out anywhere else. He wasn't pulling the army away or anything. He was just sort of warping in for the sake of losing minerals. I think a better mineral dump for him would have been to have taken that 4th, where those 2 Zerglings are, and start mining gas. But it looks like Glade is going to move out, and I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not yet. Well, but Glade knows best, so...
I suppose he knows he's not going to get harassed back at home now. He took down the Warp Prism, so he knows that's not going to happen anymore, so he can move his army out. He doesn't have to worry about going home as of yet. So he's just getting himself into a nice position to contain the Protoss down at that third base.
Yeah, this is so annoying for Protoss in this position. Just slowly having to deal with waves and waves and waves of free units. It's good to see Glade being really aggressive with the Swarm Host, so it's a refreshing change, rather than the super defensive styles we see. But I think Glade will be looking to trade out these Hydras for things like Infestors, and he has Infestors on the way now.
Yeah, and he also has Fungal growth completed as well, sorry, Pathogen Glands.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to be looking to get rid of these Hydralisks efficiently. You can't just throw them away, otherwise Pezz can probably just A-move.
Yeah, he's actually moving across the map right now. Pezz, he knows the Swarm House count is low right now, but the static defense is starting to pick up now for MOOnGLaDe. He's made a ton of Spores and Spines down at his third base, but Pezz is moving across the middle, not towards that base at all. But he's actually sending a little run around here with some Zealots, so, I mean, he's going to run into a bunch of those, the Spine Crawlers, and yeah, it probably won't be too efficient for him in the end.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get much done. And this is where I'd like to see that Warp Prism still be alive and fly into the main at the same time as the Zealots at the third, and then the main army can attack somewhere. Really try and spread out the immobility of the Swarm Host. This could be really risky for Pezz. If he gets caught with Fungals here, if he has his units clumped, then it could be painful. And
Burrow just finished up as well from MOOnGLaDe, so he can sneak those Infestors under the army if there's no observers with Pezz's army right now. And I'll just see if there is. There is one observer with the army. And that's all it takes, really.
I can tell you Pezz is definitely well practiced against this style. I've done it to him quite a lot. We've had many 1-2 hour games. But he still struggles with it quite a lot.